Okay, perfect. So if you want to go ahead, then we'll hand it over to you.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just start. Hi, welcome to today's Innovation Canada webinar, Everything Government Can Do for Your Business All in One Place. My name is Sado Yusuf, and I am pleased to be with you today. I'd like to start by acknowledging that I'm joining you from Ottawa, Ontario, which is on the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. I encourage you to think about the lands on which you are joining in. So this session will be in English, but if there are any questions, they can be asked in the official language of your choice during the Q&A, if there are any questions. All right, so as you know, it can be challenging for founders, entrepreneurs, and small businesses to navigate the business support landscape, to know what government programs are available, that they do exist, and where to find them. Our role is to make it easier to find the right program and to help you save time doing so. So today we're going to spend a couple of minutes going through a brief description of our Innovation Canada programs and services. We're going to take a closer look at the Business Benefits Finder and have a quick presentation on BizPaL and just do a slide on our market research products. And then if we have any Q&A questions, we'll answer them during the Q&A portion. So as mentioned, my name is Sado, and I'll be your host today. I'm the Senior Outreach Strategist at Innovation Canada. What is Innovation Canada? So Innovation Canada is a part of innovation, science, economic development in Canada, also known as ISED. Within Innovation Canada, you'll find a suite of programs and services designed to back innovative ideas and companies working to grow, scale, and make their mark on the Canadian economy. You may have heard some of these programs, but some of them could be new to you or could be new to you or the businesses you support. So we'll provide you all this content later on so that you can share it with your clients, with your network and your community, so you don't have to take notes. Innovation Canada has key programs and services can really be broken into two categories. So it's services and funding. On the services side, we have the Business Benefits Finder, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes. We have the Accelerated Growth Service, also known as AGS, which is what we call a continuum of services. These services, which are primarily the advisory service and the growth service, are designed to help Canadian entrepreneurs and businesses find the right support to grow and scale, delivered through a whole government approach. We think of it as a one-stop shop and simplified access to government and government-backed support. So the advisory service under AGS is essentially a one-on-one conversation between the advisor and a business that result in a relevant program and service recommendation. And the growth service, also part of AGS, is a little more directed. Here it's for high growth firms and companies who are actively scaling up and have high growth potential, can qualify for the growth service, which includes dedicated support from an advisor, a purpose-built team of AGS partners, and a customized growth plan. So that's AGS. Additionally, a part of that list, we also have BizPaL, which is an online tool maintained through active working partnership, which I will also present in a couple of minutes. And then we have Explore IP. This is Canada's online IP marketplace where businesses can find Crown-held IP and explore possible licensing and collaboration opportunities with public sector patent holders. It also serves as a free technology showcase for businesses looking to promote their cutting-edge technology. On the funding side, we have Innovation Solutions Canada, also known as ISC, which helps Canadian SMEs, so small, medium enterprises, by funding the development and testing of new innovative solutions through active challenges. Companies who have relevant early stage concept in developing can apply to participate in the challenge, and they may receive funding to prove their concept and demonstrate the feasibility of their proposal. Companies with relevant later stage innovations may be able to further develop their prototypes and test them before launching them into the marketplace. Then we have the new Strategic Response Fund, again, also known as SRF, which will support large-scale innovation and Canada's industrial transformation. It does replace and build on the mandate of Strategic Innovation Fund. The SRF includes a $5 billion investment to help firms in strategic sectors significantly impacted by tariffs to adapt, diversify, and grow. Then we have global innovation clusters. This brings together businesses, academic institutions, and not-for-profit organizations to help foster innovation ecosystems with competitive edge. So Canada's 5 clusters include digital technology, protein industries, advanced manufacturing, scale AI, and ocean. Last but not least, we have also in the IP sphere, Elevate IP, which increases IP awareness and educational opportunities to support Canadian startups through 6 delivery partners. The end goal is to help companies secure their intellectual property and maintain their IP rights. Now that we've addressed that, let's shift our focus to the various ways Innovation Canada can assist you in finding the right programs and services for your business, primarily through the Business Benefits Finder and Innovation Advisor Service, which I addressed earlier, but we're going to focus here on the Business Benefits Finder. The Business Benefits Finder is a unique tool which brings thousands, hundreds of programs and services from the federal government, provincial government, and territorial government, plus some nonprofits. It is maintained by a team here at Innovation Canada who connect regularly with programs and services across government to bring together all in one place. The Business Benefits Finder was designed to help you answer the question, what can the government do for my business right now? So generally what you do is you start by answering a few questions. You receive a tailored list of the programs and services that are more likely to bring you all you need in 2 minutes. Plus, you can narrow your search within filters for active or open applications, business owned or led by underrepresented people, or focus on a specific area of interest like advice or tax credits. So let me show you how it works. You simply go to our website, which is innovation.canada.ca. You click on the Business Benefits Finder, and you'll be able to go through it that way. So I'm just going to show you quickly using a demo. Just take a second. Let's share our screen again. So this is the Business Benefits Finder. Again, you could find it on innovation.canada.ca website. So what we're going to do now is a quick demo and show you how it works. And to do this demo, we're going to use someone's story, as we like to call it. So who is part of this story? We're going to use Kai. She's a 30-year-old who identifies as an Indigenous woman. She is based outside of Toronto. She owns a restaurant. She has 6 employees. Her business is incorporated. Kai is looking for tax credits, grants, wage subsidies to hire staff. But if we wanted to support for IT or expert advice in marketing, hypothetically, here's how you can put it. So let's let Kai tell us her story. We know that Kai is looking for funding. So we'll click that. We're going to say she also is looking for tax credits and wage subsidies. And then for this, we'll say expert advice here. You'll see that you can choose any or all any or all in many of these categories. If it makes sense to do so, you should keep in mind that the more detail you provide, the more precise the filter will be in providing your results. Because we mentioned funding earlier, we can provide a range. So for this case, we're going to say between 20,000 and 500,000. And if you want to change that later, I'll show you how to do that later on in the demo. Kai's main goal is to grow and expand her business and to hire new staff. Plus, she'll probably be interested in looking to contribute to the development of her local economy. So let's include that as well. So then you can see it. You can click on next step 2 out of 3. And then as you're going through, you can see your results changing in real time. And that's the Business Benefits Finder working hard in the background. Okay, so Kai's business is outside of Toronto. So we'll select Southern and Eastern Ontario. If your business operates in many provinces or territories, you can choose multiple options, or you can just choose all of Canada. Kai has a restaurant business, so we'll select tourism, accommodation, or food service. And then we'll say specifically food services. Okay, and then we'll click on next. And then Kai, we mentioned earlier, she has 6 employees. So we'll put 6, and then her annual revenue agency is between 100,000 to 499,000. And her business is incorporated and for profit. So we'll put that as well. So the last question is where you can get into the specific support program. Selecting a filter does not include other options. exclude, sorry, other options, but it does include support that specifically address filters you have selected. So you can select as many categories as you identify with, or choose to select none, or that you're unsure. In this case, we're going to say Indigenous people because she is Indigenous. She's a woman, so we'll click that as well. And she's under 40, so we'll click that as well. You can also specify First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, or choose to not specify. In this case, we'll go with prefer not to say. When you're done all of that, you can choose whether you want to see all the available programs or only programs that are currently accepting clients. And for that, and for this case, we'll choose that here. So we'll click that, and then numbers changed in your results. So we'll click our results, which will take you to a new page. Okay, so here you'll see your tailored results grouped by category based on the information you are looking for. In each category, you will see the programs that are most likely to relate to your needs. Each one comes with a brief description, and when you click on more, a slightly more detailed description will appear. You can click on the star to provide, to favorite it, and add your email address, and a link will be sent to you. And I promise this is just a link of what you just saw. It's not a newsletter or anything that you're registering for. So on top of the support you are looking for and the additional support you qualify for, if you scroll down towards the bottom of the page, you'll see that we have thrown a little bit of extra items, things like we're necessarily looking for, but that might be useful to you. So like you keep going down, you see, and there you go. And then other support, things that you know you might be looking for, but you didn't know existed. And then what you're going to do is we're going to go all the way back to the top of the page. And then on your right-hand side, you're going to see the share button. So again, clicking here will just populate an email with the link of all the results of what you just found. You can click on sign in or sign up so that you will save your result of your story and send a custom link to you so you can come back to your results whenever you want to. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we have edit your story filter. So this is Kai's story, what we did earlier, which helps where you click on all the things that you were looking for. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, you wanted to make a last-minute change, whether it's your location, whether it's the amount that you wanted to change, the industry, all of that, this is where you can do it. So you can change the sub-industry, you can change the industry. You can, the revenue, the annual revenue, if you wanted to go lower, you can go higher. This is where you can do it. And then you can save that as well. And again, a link will be sent to you where you can go automatically to this new story with the new updates that you added. So that's basically the Business Benefits Finder. It's a tool that helps Canadian businesses get the support that they need, find the tools that they need within minutes. And I want to show you a couple more things that are that can support you as a business owner or an entrepreneur. We also have a First Things First blog. So this blog here is our number of articles that help with tips, things that you can help you in the start of your business. So like how to build a stronger application, determine which financing options are the best for you, understanding how to work with government. So it's our blog. You can click on it, and there's a bunch of articles that might help you in the process of starting or growing your business. So that's the blog, and that was Business Benefits Finder. So let's switch gears and talk about some other services that we have. So we also have BizPaL. What is BizPaL? And a lot of people don't know what this is, but it's one of the oldest tools that we have. It's almost 20, I think it's 20 years old this year. BizPaL, which is a combination, and just in its name is Business Permits and Licenses. It's an online tool that helps entrepreneurs access the permits and licenses from all levels of government. So we're talking municipal, provincial, territorial, and federal. And recently, actually, BizPaL launched the new beta version of their website, which is a more modern and simplified design, but more importantly, introduces a new capability that make the search experience smarter and faster for you. So for today's demo, we're going to use the standard version of the website. If you're interested in testing out the new beta, there's a link right at the top of the website, and we'll show you that in just a second, where you'll be able to play around with it and see how it works. So again, just for today, we're just going to use the standard version so that everyone gets an idea of how it works. So just give us 1 second. We're going to share our screen. Okay, so yeah, this is our BizPaL website, bizpalparle.ca. Right at the top where I mentioned earlier, we have the BizPaL beta site. But for today, we're going to use the standard version. So we're going to click on Launch BizPaL. So for today, we're going to go back and use Kai's story. So we mentioned earlier, Kai was from Toronto and she owns a restaurant. So we're going to put the location here. So we're going to put Toronto. And then if you live in a different area, it'll like a region, you'll be able to put it in and it'll select it for you. So if you choose Mississauga, you can choose Mississauga. So in this case, we're just going to stick with Toronto. And then for the industry, we're going to put restaurant. So we're going to click on restaurant. When you write restaurant for this specific case, there are 2 types. We have the limited service restaurant or the full service restaurant. For this case, we're going to choose full service restaurant for this story. And then we're going to click on search. Okay, so what's cool about the BizPaL is that depending on what you're looking for, well, first of all, you'll see 3 boxes, right? And each box, depending on what you're looking for, will populate the next box, and then that will populate the next box. So the first box is organized by activity. So if you're starting your business, or are you managing or operating your business, or are you serving, et cetera, you'll click on that. When you click on the first activity, so let's say starting a business, let's go for that one. And then that will populate a list of licenses that you might need. So the first one being business number registration. When you click on that, that will populate the 3rd box. And that's where how you contact or get a hold of your license or your permit. You can see the contact information, everything you need all in one place. So again, first box is about the activity. Once you click on the activity or exactly what you're looking for, that will populate the next box. And then once you click on exactly what you're looking for, all that you need, that will populate the 3rd box. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's honestly pretty self-explanatory. It's a one-stop shop for all things permits and licenses. It's very similar to the Business Benefits Finder. It's also maintained by a team here at Innovation Canada. So they're hard at work connecting with all levels of government to keep it updated and add as much information as possible. You can also reach them through their Contact Us link for more information. So that's BizPaL. So before we move on to Q&A, and I know I'm talking really, really fast, I wanted to share just a couple little things, what we call here the market research products. So we have 4 market research products, which are essentially an online interactive tool that provide insight to help businesses make informed decisions. So I'm going to go through them at a high level, but the follow-up package, which is the slides, will have a detail of each of them. So the first one is the Canadian Importers Database. This is essentially allows users to access information about companies importing goods into Canada. Then we have the Canadian Industry Statistics. This tool searches data from Statistics Canada to provide insight into economic indicators by industry. Number 3, we have the financial performance data. This tool helps businesses better understand competing firms within an industry. And last but not least, we have the trade data online, which provides trade reports not available on the Statistics Canada website. The data is supplied by both Statistics, oh my God, I struggle with this word, Statistics Canada and the US Census Bureau. So that's the market research products. Again, you'll get all the detail on how each of them work or how to access them in the PowerPoint slide, which we'll provide to Parole. So that's basically everything, that's all things Innovation Canada. Any questions, comments, or concerns? This is now your chance.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself, ask any questions, or if you want to use the text chat, you can use that as well.
Perfect. So thank you so much for this presentation. I learned a lot.
No problem.
Is it and sorry, is it Sado or Sado?
Sado.
Sado, is it
Yeah.
possible to email you if I have any questions?
Yes, actually, the next slide. Let me just go to the next slide real quick. Boom. There's our contact email. If you have any questions on how any of the tools work, if you send us a question and we're not able to answer it, we'll try to connect you with the person that can, or the team that can answer your question. So yeah, feel free to email us at innovation@canada.ca.
Thank you. And is in terms of like the tariffs that are like from like the US, is that constantly, as that changes, getting updated in here or somewhere else?
So are you talking about the market research products
I guess
or
even the
business benefits finder?
yeah.
Yeah, so our team, the Business Benefits Finder team here at Innovation Canada, they are updating it every day. So if there are anything that is affecting tariffs, actually right at the top of the once you're done your story on the Business Benefits Finder, there's results or information on tariffs that is up to date. So if there's something that changes today, it'll be updated in the Business Benefits Finder the next day or within a couple of days. They're really, really quick on making sure that the information is accurate on the website.
Sorry, my other question is this only good for people who are incorporated or it's for
No,
all range?
if you're not, so for Kai, she was incorporated. So, but if you're not incorporated, you can choose like not incorporated. And again, you can make that edit in the story. So as you can see in you can say, I'm not incorporated, and the results will show you programs and services specifically for that if you're not.
Thank you. That's great.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No.
Sado, just because we work in the north, I had this up and I was trying the municipality of a client I had just spoken to,
Yeah.
and the location didn't come up on
For BizPaL or for the Business Benefits Finder?
On BizPaL.
Okay, yeah. So what they're doing, there's certain areas that within our country, within Canada, that haven't been onboarded yet, but they're trying to work with each municipality to make sure that they update the information, especially now with the new beta. There's some information that's probably not onboarded yet, but the goal is to onboard everyone and everything across the country. Yeah. So from what I know, and I cannot confirm nor deny, I'm not the expert on BizPaL. From what I know, is if your municipality is not on it, they suggest you reach out to them directly and talk to them if they haven't been onboarded yet. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but maybe I can come back to you, email you, and let you know what the case is and talk to our BizPaL experts. But I'm pretty sure if they haven't been onboarded, they recommend talking to them directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I
Absolutely.
opened another browser and looked for the municipality, and if you get a map of it, it's recorded as being in Thunder Bay unorganized.
Okay, interesting.
So when I look up Thunder Bay unorganized, sure enough, all the resources came up. So
okay, correct, perfect.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
I'm glad. I think we can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm like rambling on here. Thank you so much for this information.
Absolutely.
The finder one, you know that it's there, but then I don't know, just forget sometimes, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a good refresher and to remember that it's there. So I really appreciate
Absolutely.
that. And yeah, appreciate you coming in or joining us today and giving us all this information that we certainly can pass on. Pam, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I just have one other question. When
Yes.
you're indicating, like, whether it's women or disability, race, are you only talking about the owner or also who their services are being provided for
That's
who
an
they're
excellent question. It's the owner. So like the entrepreneur, the business owner. Let's say you are an advisor and you're helping an entrepreneur, you will and their business, you will address their identity. So like hypothetically me, if I'm on the business benefits finder helping Kai, I know that Kai is a woman, she's an Indigenous woman, I know she's under 40, I will put her identity in. It's always the business owner / entrepreneur.
But what if, let's say, the business owner is so a person of color, not disabled, but their services are for the disability community? Is that not really indicated or not something you
That's
can
a really good question, actually. Can I get back to you on that one? That's a
Yeah,
really,
that-
I
thank you.
don't think that's, I don't want to speak on it because I'm not sure and I don't want to put the wrong information. So how about I get you that information and come back to you?
Thank you. Because I do think that sometimes you fit a category, but you're also trying to service other categories that are underserved.
So when you're putting, so you're saying that the people that like, let's say, Kai's employees are like a member, or the people that they're serving.
Okay, so let's take restaurant out, but let's
Yeah.
say you're creating like I'm going to say like an audio production service. But
Okay, I see what you mean.
you're
Okay.
only
So
working with other marginalized communities, but not just yours.
okay, yeah. So when you're doing your story, when you're saying what kind of type of work you do, you should be able to put that information on the type of work that you're doing. So if you're doing like community work, if you're doing let's say like working with a school that is supporting like students with autism who are on the spectrum or whatever the case may be, like
Okay.
when you're looking at the industry or you're looking at that, you can well, I don't know if it's listed on there, but you should be able to put where you're working or who you're supporting, what your business is on. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. And then how would one connect with like an advisor at like Innovation Canada?
Okay, so if you go on our website at innovation.canada.ca, all the programs and services that I mentioned earlier are on that website. So like Explore IP and SRF, all that good stuff. You'll see AGS, and then for Accelerated Growth Service, and you'll see all our list of our AGS advisors across the country on that website. I will say that AGS currently is working with high growth service, but there's no harm in reaching out and seeing if they can connect entrepreneurs, because they have access to the business ecosystem better than we do. And being like, if you're helping somebody in Vancouver, we have employees that work in Vancouver that have a better idea of the programs and services that are available in that region. So I suggest reaching out to them. If they can respond, they'll respond back. We'll try to, again, close the gap between the program and the entrepreneur, worst comes to worst.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of that.
You're very welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming and talking to us about this. And yeah, if there's no other questions, and if you do have a question later on, please feel free to reach out to Innovation Canada. And
Yes.
yeah,
Reach out. Don't be shy.
yeah. Well,
All right, thank you again for having us, and we'll send the PowerPoint slides in both official languages, the one from French this morning and the English one now, sometime this afternoon.
Perfect. Thanks again, and thanks everybody for joining us.
Absolutely. Bye.
Okay. Bye.